Holy smokes! Sorry I'm late, boys. Let's get this thing going. Choo! Sorry I'm late, guys. Welcome to the StackSat Show, your beginner-friendly guide to saving in Bitcoin. Today we're going to talk about why move Bitcoin to self-custody. Yesterday we covered how the Bitcoin wallets work, and we're going to go back to that little map. I added some stuff to it to explain why it's important to move your Bitcoin off of exchanges. I know everybody says that, but nobody takes the time to explain why. Okay, so today we're going to explain why during the Why We Stack segment. But first, let's get into the first segment of the show, which is whoa, SAT strength. Once again, the price of Bitcoin. Once again, we're getting less than 3,000 sats per dollar. Right now, you can get 2,868 satoshis for a single dollar. As the purchasing power of the dollar goes down relative to Bitcoin, you'll be able to buy less and less satoshis for the dollar. Okay, why is that important? It's important because you don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin at once. Don't be scared. You don't have to buy a $34,000 asset. You can buy as much as you feel comfortable with, because you can buy Bitcoin in fractions. You can buy fractions of a Bitcoin. Okay, a Bitcoin contains 100 million satoshis, just like a dollar contains 100 pennies. Okay, so a satoshi is in fact Bitcoin. It's just a fraction of a Bitcoin. Okay, anyway, let's move on. Oh yeah, no, we need one more part to this. Oh yeah, let's say you're walking down the street, minding your own business. You look down, see a penny, you pick it up, and all the day you could have 28 satoshis for a single penny. All right, that's what you can get right now. That's what the price of Bitcoin is at the moment. And I highlight this to show you that it's still pretty cheap. It's even though it looks like it's super expensive, looking at the price tag of $34,869 for a single Bitcoin, you can still buy it satoshis for cheap. Okay, so it's well within your means. All right, that said, let's get into why we stack. Oh, that was the wrong button. All right, so today for the Why We Stack segment, we're going to talk about why it's important to move your Bitcoin off of an exchange after you make the purchase. Okay, so for that, we're going to jump into this diagram. We used this diagram yesterday, and let me make sure the diagram fits here on the screen. There it is, and there it is. Okay, so here's a brief overview of what we talked about yesterday. I'm not going to go over the whole thing. If you want to watch that, you can watch tomorrow. You can watch in the watch the replay. Okay. The Bitcoin network exists on the internet because as long as all those nodes that are supporting the network can be reached by your software on your wallet device or wallet on your browser, it can check how much Bitcoin is associated with your wallet. They could check how much Bitcoin is associated with anybody's wallet. And here's why it's so important. This is why you hear people say Bitcoin is trustless. Okay? This is why you hear people say verify, right? So let's look at this first of all in a traditional banking system, right? Let's say that this exchange is a bank, okay? And you put your money into the bank, and you deposit your money into the bank, and they have a ledger where you can log in and see your account balance, right? But the money that you deposited there is not really even there, right? Those banks take that money and they lend it out to other customers, or they invest it in different things to try to make money off of your money. And if they are successful in their ventures, they pocket all the profits. But if they fail and make poor financial decisions with your money, they come begging to the government for a bailout or a backstop, and basically saddle us, the rest of us, with saving them for making poor financial decisions. That's how our banking system works. Okay, so and there's no visibility into their holdings. Like yeah, they show you that they have your money, but it's just text on a screen, right? It's just the digital ones and zeros on the screen saying you have that much money in their account. It's like a credit, right? But they're not actually holding that money anymore. That money is invested somewhere else, locked up. And depending on how they invested that money, it could be unavailable to you. And if you have too many people asking for their money, they'll have to pull that money out of the places where they had it invested, maybe at a loss, right? And that's where they get in trouble. That's how they get in trouble. Okay, so that's the basics of it. Okay, the next phase is when you buy Bitcoin buying Bitcoin or buying this digital asset on an exchange. And I don't care what exchange you use, right? And some people prefer not to even use exchanges because exchanges are going to make you KYC, which is it's a government requirement. It stands for Know Your Client or Know Your Customer, and you have to give up your Social Security and your ID and all that stuff. And I mean, it's like opening a bank account, right? There's ways to get Bitcoin non KYC, but I don't cover that in the show. I'm not familiar enough with it to even explain it to you. But we're just gonna go with the normal way that most people are getting Bitcoin now. When they hear about it, they go out, jump on like Coinbase, or they used to be able to go to like Binance. But let's just pretend like this blue exchange here is an exchange we're familiar with, okay? And it could even be Swan, okay? Because you're trusting the exchanges to have that money for you or to have that Bitcoin for you while it's in their wallet. But there's no way for us to verify that, right? There's no way for us to verify. Yeah, see, Bill says most exchanges make you send pictures of their face. That's correct. And then there's ways to get it non KYC. You can buy it from other people, but there's different ways of doing that. I'll start looking into. I'll start learning about that too, so I can maybe show you guys. Show us how to buy. Yeah, I will show you guys how to buy non KYC. Bill, I need to learn how to do it myself first, and then I'll see if I can condense it and make it kind of easier to pick up. But for now, most of us are buying KYC. What up, Boise? Let's go. And so you log into your exchange from your phone or from your computer. You log into your exchange, whatever it happens to be. For us, it's Swan. Maybe it's Coinbase, right? And you tell Coinbase, okay, I'm gonna send you some money from my bank. Oh, perfect, Bill. I'm gonna send it. If you just tell me point me to like some good resources, I'll read up on it and figure it out, Bill. That'd be great. So you go to the exchange, you log in, you link your bank account, you send money to your exchange funding account, right? Your cash, your US dollar holdings in your exchange. And when you feel like you want to buy some Bitcoin or whatever, you buy that Bitcoin, right? And then on your exchange account, it says you have 0.0 something Bitcoin. You have so many sats. And then they're yours, right? Kind of, right? But let's go back to the first rule of Bitcoin, right? Not your keys, not your crypto, right? We talked about yesterday about having a wallet and having the private keys to your wallet, so you can have your private key and be able to restore your wallet and push funds out of that wallet, right? Well, when you buy Bitcoin on an exchange, they make a wallet. They have a temporary wallet for you, or they might even have their own giant wallet with everybody's Bitcoin in there, and they just keep track of how much of that Bitcoin in that giant wallet is yours, right? Or if they wanted to be nefarious and kind of like trick people, they could pretend to buy you Bitcoin and take your money and then put that you have however much Bitcoin you thought you bought in your account view. Remember, it's just text, right? They can type whatever they want. And you have to trust, just like you have to trust the bank that your money's actually in there. You have to trust, just like you have to trust the bank, that your money's actually been spent on the Bitcoin you asked them to buy on your behalf, and that you're actually holding that amount of Bitcoin in your account. And it's not just a piece of text that they put up there, right? When we look at our Swan account, when we look at our Coinbase account, hey, I don't have anything against Swan, but doesn't mean I have to trust them to know that my funds are okay, right? So the way we confirm that these exchanges have actually bought the Bitcoin on our behalf let me know if you guessed it in the chat, is by requesting that exchange makes a transfer from their account, from their account to your account, right? And so when they do that, that's when the S hits the fan if they weren't really buying your Bitcoin, they were just spoofing you, right? It would work out in their favor if when you thought you bought Bitcoin, you bought it at like, we'll say you thought you bought it at 40,000, and then the price drops to 30,000, and you're like, you know what? It's okay. I'm gonna take my Bitcoin anyway off the exchange, and they're like, oh okay, this guy's actually trying to withdraw his Bitcoin. Let's go actually buy it for reals this time. So they go and they buy the Bitcoin at the lower price at 30,000. They give you the Bitcoin you thought you had in the first place, but they pocket the $10,000 difference, right? Or the $10,000 the price in the price difference, right? That could be one way they make extra money off of you by letting you keep it on the exchange and not pulling it out, because again, they don't actually have to buy it on your behalf until you ask them to withdraw it. Because when you ask them to withdraw it, they now have to take some Bitcoin from their actual account, right? That's publicly available, the Bitcoin ledger, and they have to say, oh yeah, Bitcoin network. Yeah, we have 10 Bitcoin here, and Leonard came through and he actually bought 1 Bitcoin from us through our exchange. So we would like to update the Bitcoin ledger and transfer Leonard his 1 Bitcoin. And then they go ahead, it goes through the process. It clears after 10 minutes, and then it confirms after another couple of blocks. And then now Leonard could go on his phone and say, oh, all right, let me check on my wallet that's set up with my cold storage signing device. He goes and checks his balance, and he's like, oh yeah, there it is. My 1 Bitcoin that I bought and transferred off of the exchange is actually there, right? Too easy with just one, right? Exactly. So what could happen, the worst that could happen is this, and this is why it's super important to take the Bitcoin off of the exchange. Here's the main point of this whole presentation, guys. If you don't get anything else, this is the main point. When you leave your Bitcoin on the exchange and you don't take it into self-custody, you run the risk that if your exchange, for whatever reason, hasn't actually bought you that Bitcoin and put it in your account somewhere, and they're spoofing you, and the price of Bitcoin goes through the roof. I'm talking like ETF gets released and price of Bitcoin goes up to like 100 grand, 200 grand, $1 million, right? That exchange, if they were messing with us and they weren't actually buying your Bitcoin, they were just kind of holding your money from you and presenting you fake Bitcoin, or we're going to call it paper Bitcoin, they won't be able to go and buy the actual Bitcoin that you thought you bought at the new price, at the new higher price. And then that's when those exchanges go out of business and then crash and take everybody's money with them, right? That's what kind of happened with FTX. Okay. So in order to make sure that you in fact have the Bitcoin that you paid for, you got to withdraw it as soon as you buy it into your own self-custody wallet. That's the main reason why you want to have it into self-custody. Okay. That's the main reason. There's other reasons too, right? The government can go to any exchange and say, hey, you know what? We don't like the way old man Bill's BTC has been spending his money, or whatever, or we're gonna accuse him of something that he never did, but we need to freeze all of his assets, and we know he's got an exchange account with you guys. We need to freeze that too, right? They can't freeze it if it's in your own self-custody wallet, because the Bitcoin network doesn't care about government subpoenas, about the court, anything like that. It doesn't care. The Bitcoin network is just code, and it's going to continue to execute the way it executes. Here, you're at risk of being seized. Here, you're not going to get seized unless this gets found out, your seed phrase. But as long as you don't get your seed phrase, you'll be fine. Okay? So, old man Bill wants me to do math. Everyone and their mom is going to self-custody their own back baby. Yeah, exactly. Calculate down the to the last. Yep, exactly. Streamers kids are going to go hungry without me. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Old man Bill's BTC is going ham. I love it. Yeah, but that's basically how we why we need to take self-custody of our Bitcoin, because until it's in our own self-custody wallet and verified on the blockchain, verified on the Bitcoin network, it is not your Bitcoin, okay? You're basically lending that exchange your money, okay? And granted, some exchanges don't allow you to withdraw immediately, right? My Lightning address is roman@stacksatshow.com. But some exchanges won't let you withdraw money immediately, and that's okay. It's fair. You know, they don't want to get rugged either, right? Because you could say, oh yeah, I want to deposit $1,000. You go get $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, withdraw it, and then your bank doesn't clear the $1,000, and then kind of the exchange is left there sitting holding the bag, right? So they have those requirements for you to wait. It could be 5 days, 7 days, 10 days. But after you wait that period, immediately after it becomes available to you, get that Bitcoin off that exchange, guys. Okay? All right. If you have any trouble sorting that out, if you need help sorting that out, right now, look at the viewership, guys. We have 2 concurrent viewers, 3 likes, and I'm sitting here with lots of time on my hands. Well, not lots of time on my hands, but take advantage of this dude sitting here on the internet wanting to help while you can, because when the price of Bitcoin goes out of control, I'm going to have my family members calling me and saying, hey, you know what? You're right about Bitcoin. Can you help me with this? And I'm going to give them priority over doing the show, right? And maybe my close friends in real life, I'll give them priority over doing the show, over helping somebody on the show, right? And then maybe I'll get too busy to be able to sit here and explain things to you guys, okay? So do these things ahead of time. Do these things now before the ETF gets approved, before the price of Bitcoin goes wild, and then you're stressing out, trying to figure out how to make a Bitcoin transfer, trying to figure out how to get your wallet set up, trying to figure out where your seed phrase is, if you backed up your seed phrase correctly, right? All that stuff we need to take care of ahead of time. So that way when the price goes crazy, we'll be sitting back, eating popcorn, be like, yeah, we're good. We're good to go. We're ready. All right. So that said, let's get into the next the next segment of the show, which is the stack recap, because we don't only talk about saving in sats. We don't only talk about stacking sats. We also stack sats Monday through Friday, every day. $10 minimum, sometimes $20 if the price of Bitcoin is below our average buy price. There we go. So today, the price of Bitcoin is, what is it? $34,889, and our average buy price is $28,350. So we will buy $10 worth of Bitcoin today. Yeah, Bill, I'll try to put it up there. It might be hard to read. McLovin was saying it's hard to read on the phone. I might have to update it. All right. So yes, today we're stacking $10 more to our stack. And yes, just for your information, guys, I'm super bullish on Bitcoin, and I don't only stack here on the show. I also stack privately, and a lot. Let's just say that. I'm selling everything I don't need, so I can continue to stack between paychecks. Okay, so I'm always stacking, always. Okay, I might be stacking. What's it called? How do you say that? How do you say that? I'm spacing on that word. Anyway, now that we know how much we're gonna stack today, let's get into the next segment of the show, which is, you know what it is, guys. It's time to stack some sats. All right, talking about exchanges. I stack with Swan. It is KYC. I'm sorry. We'll learn how to do non-KYC in a little bit. See how our current stash for the show is about to hit 0.001 Bitcoin. Once it hits that, all of my deposits that have been cleared will automatically be moved to my cold storage wallet. Okay, That's kind of a nice feature of using Swan. Here we go. We're buying $10 worth of Bitcoin. There it is. All right, I'm gonna take a screenshot here. Oops. Preview my buy. Grab it here. Wow, episode 97 today. Getting close. Next week, episode 100, we're gonna stack $100, or if we get 10 concurrent viewers, we're gonna stack $1,000 and just blow our DCA out of the water. I don't know if that's a good move or not. We'll see. Okay. All right, coming back to the browser. Here we go. Cut the music. Drum roll, please. We're stacking $10 worth of Bitcoin. It's gonna cost us 10 cents to buy it. And just like that, that easy, we continue on our DCA strategy. You can have a DCA strategy that's similar to ours. You can do more. You could do it weekly. You could do it monthly. But just do something. There it is. We've stacked. And just like that, we turn on the chill music. Because once you stack. All right. I think I found our new my sign off phrase. Okay. Well, I'll share it with you guys at the end of the show. And let me know what you guys think. All right, so let's update the spreadsheet. Gee, look at all those buys. Today's 11/2/23. It bothers me that it's not the same as the other ones. I'll change it after. Today, we bought 35. Man, it seems so high. But at the same time, it's a lot low. It's very low. Very, very low. Okay. $10. 10 cents. I gotta fix this, guys. It's bothering me. Didn't take it. Delete you. Still didn't do it. That's so annoying. 0.00. I'm gonna come back and go to war with that cell after the show, guys. While we're doing the Q&A. Okay. So today all right, so that yielded 28,538 satoshis, and that brings our grand total to 3.7 million satoshis for the show. We're about to hit 0.06 satoshis. Sorry, 0.06 Bitcoin. I'm telling you, nothing to sneeze at. At least we're off of zero. Okay, we're getting in there. Boise says just stacked $85 on Sats. Let's go. There you go. Hey, best investment you ever made. It's okay if this is better than hearing Nico shill passport. Oh, so sad. And they have a big crew over there at Simply, and I really enjoy their content. And sometimes it takes having sponsors to be able to support a big team like that, which is really nice. And I'm glad. I hope all those guys are getting paid well, because they do a great job. And yeah, it sucks to have to sit through some commercials over and over again, but it's good for them to get some support so they can continue to put out that signal, which is really nice. You need to have some guests on your show. Wow, Boise, I'm open to it. I'm open to it. That's kind of interesting, and I haven't thought about it before. I've done guests before on different shows, and I've been a guest on other shows, but not Bitcoin related. Mostly fishing and like spear fishing. It's my thing. But to have a guest would be pretty interesting. A guest or a co-host that's Old Man Bill. Yeah, that'd be interesting. So I'm not up here yapping to myself. I get it. Yeah, I'll think about that. It'd be kind of interesting. It'd be fun. I'll be nice. I'll be my producer. Let's go. Okay, so. Oh, I wasn't even showing the browser, was that? There it is. Our new stack is 5.7 million sats. And the only thing that matters. Oh, look, we hit $2,000 in value. We spent $1,600 in dollars to buy this amount of Bitcoin, and it's now worth $2,000, right? I know it's impressive to see the 24% gain, but it doesn't even matter, guys. What matters is that your Bitcoin count keeps going up. Keeps going up. Let me earn some of those non-KYC sats. Let's go. You can just talk. Oh, that's hilarious. That's so funny. Oh, what? Let's go. Bill, did you send that? Old Man Bill BTC just contributed 7. Was that you? Non-KYC sats. Let's go. 750 non-KYC sats coming through from Old Man Bill's BTC's own stash. Bill, thank you. Thank you. I will add those to the stack that we give out to new subscribers, to new viewers, to help spread the signal, to help them start to dabble in it, get a feel for it, so they can start to understand it more and more. I can't find. It says, "What's your Twitter?" Oh, my Twitter's @RomanCastro. My Twitter's @RomanCastro. It's super basic. Super basic. I don't have a Twitter for the show. It's just me. I have enough things to remember. But yeah, that's cool. All right, we've stacked. We hung out. It's a beautiful Thursday. That's it. Yep, it's a beautiful Thursday. And on a personal note, guys, yesterday, some of you guys might not know. Bill and Boise probably don't know. I started jiu-jitsu. Like, I started taking jiu-jitsu classes about a year ago today. A year ago this month, or whatever, about a year ago. And it's been a struggle, but just like I stack sats, I figured I'd do something physical and stack jiu-jitsu classes. I've been stacking classes for about a year, and it's tough, guys. Getting injured, but staying positive and recovering and getting back in there. And having a I guess I'm a white belt. I'm a white belt. Of course, I'm new to the sport. It's an awesome sport, and it's kind of a big deal for a white belt like me to get a stripe on your belt. That means that you kind of on your way. You're learning, right? And I got my first stripe maybe like 2 or 3 months ago. 3 or 4 months ago, I got my first stripe. And then, what up, Matt? Let's go. Welcome, Matt. And then last night, guys, I got my second jiu-jitsu white belt stripe. I got my second stripe last night. I was blown away, super happy, super excited. And just goes to show you guys, it's proof. It's another form of proof of work, right? You just kind of stack as much as you just stack constantly, right? You'll be rewarded down the road if you stack your Bitcoin. Physically, I'm doing that to continue to better myself, to challenge myself, right? And even though I started that jiu-jitsu journey at like 42, damn, it's hard. Once I hit 40, I feel a lot. It takes a lot longer to recover, and but even still, like, I wouldn't trade it. Even after all the injuries and all of the pain, I really enjoy it, and it's so rewarding to get a little bit of recognition for the work that you've been putting in. It feels good. It feels good. So I wanted to celebrate that and share that with you guys, and maybe, like, if you guys have been thinking about starting something, but you've been kind of holding back, just start. Just start. Do the thing you've been waiting to do. Okay, this is more like a motivational speech than anything else, right? But do the thing you've been waiting to do, guys. What's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is something cool. I don't know. The worst that could happen for me was I could get injured. Okay, I got injured. Big deal. I got over it, and I'm not that maimed. But maybe you've been waiting to do something that is not necessarily as physical as jiu-jitsu, right? Like maybe you've been wanting to learn how to play guitar, right? Maybe you've been wanting to learn how to paint, right? Do something that you've been waiting to do that requires you to focus on it, and that requires you to, and it's not easy to attain. That's not easy to attain. That's what you need. I think the human mind needs that. It needs that that goal to be working towards. It needs that I don't know. I think it just changes the chemistry in your brain when you have a goal you're working towards, and it can't be an easy goal, right? The harder the goal, the better, I think, because it's gonna push you to try harder. It's gonna push you to challenge yourself. Okay, all right. I know it's outside the scope of Bitcoin, guys. It's outside of the scope of the show, but I just wanted to share that. Maybe nudge you a little bit in the direction that you already feel like you want to go anyway. Just do it. Just try it. Okay, just try it today, or start working on it today. Okay, and it doesn't have to happen immediately, right? Yeah, exactly, Matthew. Mental sharpness. Yeah, metal sharpens metal. Correct. You want to do something that you think will take too long? It won't take that long. Like, look, even this show, guys. I thought I wanted to do something with Bitcoin. I wanted to figure out a way to share the Bitcoin signal with my friends and family. And I was like, you know what? I have all of the streaming software. I have all of the cameras. We're doing a show anyways for fishing. I did a lot of YouTube in the past. I have the skill set to do it. Why don't I just take that passion and share it, right? I'll just jump on 30 minutes at a time, 30 minutes at a time, 30 minutes at a time. And looking back, today, episode 97, I was like, damn, dude, if I would have said to myself at the beginning, hey, I'm going to do 100 episodes of a Bitcoin show, it would have seemed more daunting, and maybe would have hesitated to start, right? Because that's a big commitment to do 100 episodes, right? Of anything, right? And now I just instead of saying that to myself, I said, you know what? Let's just try it. Let's do 30 days of shows and see what happens, right? If I enjoy it, we're gonna keep doing it. I don't care if it's successful or not. I just know that I'm putting that signal out there, and it's happening, and it's all because I decided to do what I felt like I wanted to do, to just go ahead and attempt it, right? And if it fails, it fails. Who cares? I tried it, right? That's what's important, is that you find the will within yourself to try the things that you want to try. What have you learned about Bitcoin today? I learned that there's a ton of people that still don't get the basics, and as much as, for example, Bill, Matt, and even Leonard at this point, because I'm in Leonard's ear all the time, and Boise as well. Like, we understand the opportunity that Bitcoin is, and when we're in the chats for other shows like Simply, right, or like in British Hodl's chat. Luke Broyles is a great channel. If you guys haven't seen him yet, Luke Broyles has a great channel. I'm gonna add him to our recommended channels list. When you're in those chats, especially with Simply, the chat is so well informed, and I guess you call it based, and that you feel like, oh shoot, yeah, everybody knows this already. Everybody knows this already. But you jump into any other chat, or you see people talking about finances and they're trying to figure out why they can't make ends meet, and they don't know anything. Like, they're clueless about Bitcoin, and yeah, it's so yeah, exactly. It is an echo chamber in a way, Matt. But the whole point of this show is to try to like get out to people that are not in the echo chamber already, so that we can kind of get them on the path, you know? So I learned that there's still a ton of work to do, Bill. Okay. Specifically about Bitcoin, I haven't learned anything today yet, but the day is young, and I'm gonna go look into that non-KYC Bitcoin bill. So I am gonna learn something today. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow. But at first, I want to get a good understanding of how that works and what the options are before I come on here and talk about it like I know what I'm talking about. Okay. All right. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Friday, last day of the week, and we'll do some stacking. It'll be episode 98, and then next week on Tuesday we'll have episode 100, where I will stack $100 to our show bag, and if we get 10 concurrent viewers on episode 100, then you will get I'll do a $1,000 stack. How's that? I learned how to script. Oh, you know how to script a bit? Nice, dude. Very nice. Can I share a link? Of course. On the chat, you mean? Send me the link on Twitter or on X, and I'll share it tomorrow. And I'll share the link tomorrow during the stream. Because if you put a link in the chat might automatically delete it. All right, boys. You have a great night. Rest of the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And here's my new sign off. You ready? If you ain't stacking, you're slacking.